Thank you very much, George. I'm sure everybody at home loved your playing.
No, thank you.
Awesome job. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the songs?
Well, the first song is called The Harvest, and it's just a simple song that's off one of my, off the Field of JR CD right
Can
here.
we get a close-up of...
It's off this one, right? Not this one, here, right there.
Okay.
And the last marathon song that I just did was called Tarde de Paz.
Okay.
And it's also off that CD. This CD here that I did, that one was mostly all acoustic stuff, so that's why I played, since I have just my acoustic guitar now, I played a couple songs off that CD.
And these are all available for purchase then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on the website.
And the website or at the music school.
Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about your music career? How'd you get started? Has this been something you've been playing your whole life?
Yeah, I've been playing guitar all my life. I really don't know exactly when I started. I asked my parents how long I've been playing guitar, and they said they don't remember. So as long as they can remember, I've been playing. But both my father and mother played guitar, and so it was a very natural thing for me to pick it up and play it. And you know, I just would watch them and, you know, kind of mimic what they were doing. So that got me going playing on the guitar.
When did it really start for you professionally?
Well, that took a while, but I started, well, what happened was my brother played the drums too, and he had a rock band.
Okay.
So up until that time I was just playing mostly acoustic guitar, and I used to actually help the band I used to run the lights for them. And when they'd go play out, I'd do the lights. And finally, I was kind of young, and so finally they just threw me out. They said, "We don't want you hanging around here no more. You're done." So I was done with that. But the thing was, they used to practice in our garage, you know. And so one day, the guitar player left his guitar there. He had this great big amp there. So I decided, you know, I'll check it out. So I turned it on, picked up his guitar, played it. I was just like, this was great. So that really got me going into more of the electric stuff. And, you know, it took time before I knew that I wanted to do this as a career. But from there, I just played in bands around the neighborhood, and then it just grew into other areas too. So
how about now, as far as professionally, like what are you doing now as far as gigs or anything? Or anything you can want to, you know, let the people know about?
I just play a lot of, well, this year I decided, since last January, I was just going to do mostly acoustic things. So that's what I've been kind of doing, is mostly acoustic stuff. Friday, huh?
No, I was going to say, I remember you telling me you had a gig coming up at like Wegmans.
Well, I did that last Friday. I played Wegmans Mount Reed for about 3 months in a row this year, just doing acoustic stuff. But I play things like that, and I just played there at Mount Reed Wegmans last Friday. And this weekend, Friday, I'll be at Lake Placid, Mirror Lake Inn, playing there. Then I do some private things, private events, and stuff like that. So
cool. What about now the School of Music? Now, how long has this been going on? And how did it really get started? How did you come up with the School of Music?
Well, it started 36 years ago, believe it or not. It was, like I said, my parents played guitar. My mother was a guitar teacher. And she kept on, she'd always bug me to help her teach, because there was kids coming in that wanted to learn rock music and stuff like that, and she didn't play rock music. So I never wanted to do it at all. I would always say, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to teach. And so one day, one of her students had hurt his leg, and he couldn't get out of the house. She goes, "Please, just go down the street and bring your guitar and give him a lesson." I said, all right. So I went down there, and I basically taught him some stuff. We played a little, we jammed, and I was packing up to go, and I had a great time doing it. And I was packing up to go, and the kid handed me $5. I was like, hey, this is pretty good. So from there on, I started teaching a little bit.
You can make a little bit of money.
Made a little bit of money doing it, and
cool.
so I began to do that as well as perform too.
Now, why don't you tell us about the Collichio School of Music currently? I mean, there's 2 locations?
Yeah, we do have 2 locations. We have a new location right now.
Maybe, I'm sorry, maybe we could get that graphic put up there and we can
Sure.
show the addresses. And
Yeah, it's 4768 Ridge Road West. We're on the border of Spenceport and Greece. We're there offering lessons in guitar, bass, drums, piano, vocals. We do music theory, ear training, rhythmic studies, all that type of thing there.
Any person in particular, or, I mean, you accept a...
Well, yeah, you can just call up there and tell them what you're interested in. We have 10 instructors, so there's somebody there who could help them out.
Basically, though, from like beginner to advanced?
We have beginners to advanced. We have from 5 years old to over 70 years old, our students. So.
Very cool. And what do you so you specialize in the guitar lessons yourself then?
Personally, I do guitar lessons, yeah.
Okay. And now I know that you sometimes have the kids play locally to kind of show off what you've been working on there. What do they do with that?
Well, sometimes we we'll find a place that we can go and do like a, not really just a recital, it's more of like a student performance. So the kids will get up there and they'll play a couple songs that they've worked on, and you know, in more of like a coffee house atmosphere, where it's not quite like a recital where you just sit there, you know, their friends and family are there, but it's more like a real live you know, experience of going out and playing. And sometimes students will actually, the people in the coffee house will ask them to come and play for a night, you know. So, but it's a great experience for them, and it's a very friendly atmosphere too. So they can get up there and play and, you know, make mistakes like everybody does, and not have to worry about it.
What kind of advice would you offer to an aspiring musician, whether it be, you know, a 6-year-old or maybe even just a 20-year-old that's maybe never taken a lesson?
Well, first of all, you have to realize what you want to do. You have to, you know, you have to have a goal of, you know, what it is. And everybody comes in for different reasons and different purposes. You know, some want to become professional musicians, others just want to, you know, play around the campfire. So we have to figure out what they want. And if they really want and desire to be a professional, it's going to take a lot of hard work.
Okay.
But
well, we'd like to thank George once again for coming and joining us today, playing that music. Great job, George. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me.
And I'd also like to thank everybody for tuning in again for another episode of Have You Heard. We'll be off next week, but be sure to stop in 2 weeks from now. We'll have John O'Donohue talk to you a little bit about used cars. Once again, I'd like to thank George Collichio for joining us today, and have a great evening, everybody. Thank you.